Hi everyone at the Taiwan International Ethnographic Film Festival. My name is Olivier and I'm the co-director of the documentary film Ophir, which amazingly, we're so grateful for the organizers to have selected our film for this year's edition. And really excited to be able to share this film with audiences in Taiwan. Of course, the situation is a little complicated around the world with COVID, so we would have absolutely loved to be able to be there with you. But yeah, it is what it is. And so the festival organizer just asked me to record an introduction video for our films, giving you an insight into, its beginnings and maybe providing a little bit more information about the film. I'm also really looking forward to be able to exchange, with audiences as well, with live interviews maybe during the festival. So yeah, the film of Fear is a very special film for me personally. So I'm its co-director. I directed it with my friend Alexandre, as well as I would say, the local communities of Bougainville. So the film takes you to Bougainville, which is an island. I mean, you have some islands in Papua New Guinea. It's an autonomous region, which may actually end up becoming, maybe in the near future, maybe the newest country in the world. Because of a vote of independence that occurred in 2019. It was just a consultative referendum, but over the next few years, there's a real possibility of seeing it emerge as a new nation. Myself, I've been working, with indigenous communities in Papua New Guinea over the past 10 years. I started personally as a journalist first, as an investigative journalist. Was investigating lots. I've made several films there as well. Worked on many different investigations, always about relationship to land, dispossession, culture, I would say, globalization as well. With many companies that have interest in the resources all around Papua New Guinea, and of course in Bougainville. As you will see in the film, it's a film that touches upon many different topics. Topics about the relationship to nature, about who we are as human species, moving towards the future. How do we build more sustainable societies? It's a film, yeah, like as I said, which touches upon very wide, range of topics. And so this year's festival theme is actually the new normal. And what's interesting with our film, maybe, it's a film that actually explores and goes to the heart of the multiple crises I feel that our world is currently going through. A crisis which takes many forms. It's an identity crisis. It's a crisis of vision, towards the future. It's a crisis of also, with our own relationship to nature. That has become such a foreign object. While for many people it is actually them. There's no separation, and many cultures around the world certainly see it this way. And it's a very special project that we worked on with the local communities over many, many years. We developed it over 7 years, between the beginning of the research in 2013 and then filming over several years, as well as we also produced a whole educational platform next to it, because we're working very closely with the local indigenous tribes. And so we produced a platform with over 30 short films, with a lot of documentation about colonialism, about the whole colonial history of that place. You can find it, if you're interested, after the film on colonialsyndrome.org. Yeah, I forgot to mention, it's a film that also goes to the heart of the old colonial system. So when you are talking about the new normal, it's about a place and people that have decided to stand up against this very old oppressive system that has been in place over decades and decades through colonialism, and now through many international corporations that come in to on their territories. And it's in my view one of the most important untold story. The story of Bougainville. Very few people have ever heard of it. The Bougainville Revolution is while this may be the biggest conflict of the Pacific since the Second World War. You had 20,000 people that lost their lives. You have something that is has been deeply traumatic and continues to be deeply traumatic for the local population due to what is happening now, and that of course you will see it in the film, hopefully. What motivated them to try this, and what sorry, I'm just reading a little bit on the question. What's maybe interesting for someone in Taiwan or people that are very interested in anthropology is straight away when you say Papua New Guinea, usually people think of course about anthropology, about different cultures, etc. But this film actually raises a very important question about the role that anthropology can also play. In our case, as you will see it through the film, it could be quite surprising to some members of the audience, but it shows how anthropology can also be used as a weapon of war against various cultures, and how it was certainly used by mining companies to infiltrate and completely change, the social relationships and the roots, of a society. How do you change a society that's completely reluctant to your project? How do you go about that? And so this, I think, makes the film relevant in many different, places in the world. As you may face, of course, very different situations to what people in Bougainville are facing, but it's a film that hopefully, invites people to think about systems, think, about how do you free yourself from it. And it's a film also that interrogates on the source of violence. Where does violence come from? Hopefully, through deconstructing it through the film. So yeah, I've already spoken a little bit too much. I hope we'll be able to exchange more on all these issues after the film. And I wish you all a wonderful screening, and sending my very best as well during these difficult times with COVID and so on. Yeah.